What if the healthiest snack in your kitchen could be the very thing quietly increasing your stroke risk after 60? It sounds impossible, but I've seen it firsthand. You go to bed feeling fine and wake up unable to speak, stand, or move one side of your body, and the trigger wasn't smoking or junk food, but fruit. Yes, the same fruit you've trusted for decades can shift from healing to harmful when your body changes with age. After 60, your kidneys, liver, and blood vessels can't process sugars, potassium, or natural acids as easily. Medications, slower circulation, and overnight dehydration magnify the effect, turning an innocent bite into a hidden risk. That's why today I'm uncovering 6 everyday fruits that may be sabotaging your brain and heart, especially if eaten at the wrong time or combined with the wrong foods. Keep watching to find out which ones made the list and why. Bananas, soft, sweet, and almost universally loved. They seem like the safest fruit in the bowl, right? But after 60, that creamy yellow snack may not be as innocent as it looks. Here's the twist. As bananas ripen, their starch turns into simple sugar, making each bite sweeter, but also dramatically raising its glycemic impact. An overripe banana has a far higher glycemic index, which means your blood sugar can spike more quickly, a serious concern once your kidneys, blood vessels, and insulin response starts slowing with age. Add in extra potassium plus overnight dehydration, and the perfect breakfast can quietly strain your heart and circulation. Take Margaret, a 76-year-old from Illinois. She blended 2 very ripe bananas into a smoothie each morning. One day, she woke dizzy, slurring her words. At the ER, her potassium was high, her blood pressure had surged, and doctors linked the sugar-potassium load to her mild ischemic stroke risk. After switching to smaller, slightly green bananas and pairing them with water and protein, her energy stabilized and her readings improved. The lesson? Bananas aren't villains, but overripe, sugary ones on an empty stomach can become a hidden trigger for vulnerable seniors. And bananas are only the beginning. Several other everyday fruits carry similar silent risks. Grapes, tiny, shiny, sweet, the snack you pop without thinking. They seem harmless, tossed into salads or eaten with grandkids. But after 60, grapes hide a real risk. Modern seedless varieties are bred for sweetness, packing glucose and fructose into each bite. When you eat a handful on an empty stomach, that sugar rushes straight into your bloodstream. As we age, insulin response slows, blood vessels weaken, and kidneys regulate electrolytes less efficiently. This surge doesn't just give you energy, it stresses your heart and brain, creating microinflammation inside fragile vessels. Over time, the damage adds up. Evelyn Morris, 79, a retired music teacher, loved her morning bowl of red grapes. One day she sat to write a birthday card. Her hand trembled, and she forgot how to spell a simple word. At the ER, doctors found her blood sugar spiking and signs of a mini stroke. She thought she was doing everything right. My advice, never eat grapes on an empty stomach, don't eat them by the bowl, and pair them with nuts or cheese to slow the sugar rush. Skip grapes at night when your body needs steady circulation, not glucose spikes. Now, pineapple, the tropical treat you might eat after dinner, pineapple combines 3 hidden risks: sugar, acid, and an enzyme called bromelain. In small amounts, bromelain helps digestion, but with blood-thinning drugs, it can reduce clotting and increase bleeding stroke risk. Pineapple's high glycemic index also floods your bloodstream quickly, especially risky late at night when metabolism slows. And the acidity? Pineapple is one of the most acidic fruits, quietly triggering nighttime reflux. Tiny amounts of acid reaching your airway during sleep can reduce oxygen to your brain, a known factor in early morning strokes. Clara Hughes, 77, chose pineapple instead of cake each night. One morning she woke dizzy, speech slurred. Scans showed a small stroke affecting her balance. Tests revealed sugar spikes, platelet changes, and oxygen drops during sleep linked to reflux. It wasn't one factor, but the combination. Here's my advice. Enjoy pineapple earlier in the day in small portions and never on an empty stomach. Avoid it before bed and consult your doctor if you're on blood thinners. Your brain needs steady blood flow and oxygen overnight, not metabolic surprises. Even something bright and refreshing can become risky when your body changes with age. And if you think pineapple is the end of the story, wait until you hear about watermelon, the hydrating fruit that may quietly do the opposite. Watermelon, the name itself, feels like summer. Cool, juicy, refreshing. With over 90% water, it seems perfect for hydration, but for adults over 60, it can be quietly deceptive. Few people realize watermelon acts as a natural diuretic. That means it makes you urinate more, which may sound harmless until you remember many seniors already take water pills or blood pressure medications. Eat a big serving at night, and while you sleep, your body may drift into dehydration without you noticing. When you're dehydrated, your blood thickens and flows more slowly. Thick blood in narrow aging arteries raises the chance of clot formation, especially during the natural nighttime dip in blood pressure. Those conditions create a quiet risk for stroke. Take Howard Lynn, 82, a retired postal worker from Indiana. Every evening after dinner, he ate 2 or 3 large slices of watermelon to stay hydrated. One morning, he stood up, felt dizzy, and collapsed. At the ER, his pressure was dangerously low. Labs showed dehydration and thickened blood, and a scan confirmed a small ischemic stroke. He thought watermelon was helping, but combined with his medication, it tipped the balance. The takeaway? Enjoy watermelon earlier in the day and in moderate portions. Pair it with electrolytes like a pinch of salt or coconut water. Avoid it before bed and talk to your doctor if you're on water pills. Watch for dry mouth, morning dizziness, or off-balance feeling. Subtle signs dehydration may be at work. Now, oranges, the healthy citrus everyone assumes is safe, a glass of juice at breakfast, a bright slice on the plate, but oranges, and especially orange juice, can interact with common medications. Beyond their sugar spike, citrus contains a compound called furanocoumarin, which interferes with liver enzymes that break down many prescriptions. This interference can make your medicine either too strong or not strong enough. A blood pressure pill can suddenly drop your pressure. A statin can accumulate and trigger muscle pain or brain fog. A blood thinner may stop working properly. Consider Albert Bryant, 79, a retired bus driver. His morning ritual was fresh orange juice with heart and cholesterol meds. Over time, he became lightheaded. One day, he collapsed. Tests showed a minor stroke and dangerously elevated drug levels. He hadn't changed his prescriptions, only his daily orange juice habit. My advice, limit orange juice if you're on statins, calcium channel blockers, or blood thinners. Never take pills with citrus juice. If you want citrus flavor, add a splash of lemon or lime to water, much less risky. Because even something as ordinary as an orange can quietly tip the balance inside your body after 60. Soft, golden, tropical mango feels like sunshine you can eat. Juicy, fragrant, naturally sweet. It looks like the very definition of healthy. But after 60, especially if you're on blood pressure, heart rhythm, or cholesterol medications, this indulgence can quietly work against you. Why? Mango is one of the most sugar-dense fruits in the store. A single cup of ripe mango holds close to 45 grams of sugar, more than a glazed donut. In a younger body, a quick sugar surge might be burned off. In an older body, with slower insulin response and more fragile arteries, that same surge triggers inflammation inside blood vessels, especially those feeding the brain. Tiny cracks appear in vessel walls, and your body rushes to patch them with small clots. In a narrowed artery, a clot that was supposed to heal can instead block blood flow and set the stage for a stroke. There's also a hidden chemical twist. Mango contains a plant compound called mangiferin, which can interfere with your liver's ability to process certain medications. Many common prescriptions, from statins to beta blockers to blood thinners, use the same cytochrome P450 enzyme system. When mangiferin slows that system, drug levels can build up in your bloodstream. You feel fine at first, but over days or weeks, your pressure may drop too low, your pulse may become irregular, or you may feel weak and lightheaded without knowing why. Take William Booker, 83, a retired firefighter from Nevada. Determined to eat clean, he swapped his afternoon cookies for dried mango slices. He was also on medication for atrial fibrillation and high blood pressure. Within weeks, he began waking up dizzy. One morning, getting out of bed, he collapsed. His wife saw one side of his face drooping. At the hospital, he was diagnosed with a mild ischemic stroke. Lab tests showed his medication levels were far above normal despite the same dosage. The daily mango habit had quietly tipped the balance, overwhelming his liver's ability to clear the drugs. Here's how to enjoy mango more safely. Limit yourself to a few bites instead of a full cup and eat it earlier in the day rather than at night. Skip dried mango entirely. It's even more concentrated in sugar and mangiferin. Pair mango with a protein or healthy fat like yogurt, nuts, or cheese to slow the sugar rush. And if you take any heart, blood pressure, or cholesterol prescriptions, check with your doctor before making mango a daily ritual. As we get older, even healthy habits deserve a second look. Fruits that once helped us can, under the wrong conditions, become silent risks. This isn't about fear, it's about informed choices. Smaller portions, smart timing, balanced meals, and your doctor's guidance go a long way toward protecting your heart, your brain, and your independence. If this video helped you rethink your habits, give it a like, subscribe to Health Lab, and leave a comment with the word aware to show you're taking action. You've reached this stage of life with strength and wisdom. Now it's time to eat with insight too.